Boys Papillon. Boys Papillon.
Welcome back to another episode of Bars by BA, and I am BA. If this is your first time hanging out with us, your first time checking out the channel, and you're interested in positive, uplifting content that can help you get through your week, man, then go ahead and click the bell, subscribe to this channel, so that way you can get the latest content as it comes out every Saturday. Every Saturday, we're gonna roll out something new and something fresh. For those of y'all who have already been rocking with me, appreciate you. So today, I wanna share with you all a name real quick. And that name is Lanice Martin III. I know some of you guys are saying, who in the heck is that? But remember the name, Lanice Martin III. Lanice Martin III is a grown man, 36-year-old grown man, who walked into a local grocery store, opened up a container of Bluebell ice cream, licked the ice cream, stuck his fingers in the ice cream, and then he put the top back on the ice cream and put it back on the shelf for somebody else to buy. And there's this challenge that's going around in the United States where people are opening products, licking it, drinking it, and putting it back on the shelf. So they asked him, after they caught him and took him to jail, by the way, he spent some jail time for this, and he got fined some money behind this act. They asked him, said, why'd you do this? He said, well, I wanted to go viral, and I saw a minor do it in Texas, and they got away with it. And I'm sitting there like, you're 36 trying to go viral, you're a grown man, and you're going in there licking ice cream. That's a whole nother story, okay? But look, so what am I saying? Mr. Martin thought he was gonna get away with it because he saw somebody else get away with it, man. Look, I don't know where you are right now, but there are some people trying you. There are some people testing you. There are some people at your job testing you every day. There's some people in your classroom testing you every day. There's just some folks in your family that test you and they trying you, okay? So Mr. Martin, he tried it, but it didn't work. And the thought that I wanna come from today is they tried it. Today we're gonna come from John chapter 8, verses 3 through 11. That's John chapter 8, verses 3 through 11. And we pick up in the text where this woman had been caught in the act of adultery, and the Pharisees and the scribes, just haters number one and haters number two, took her to Jesus. It says that they caught her in the act, took her to Jesus so that he can convict her, so that they could set her up and set Jesus up. So they take her to Jesus while he's teaching, and they basically saying, I'm paraphrasing, look, Jesus, she caught in the act, what we gonna do now? So look, bar number one is, not every matter is a public matter. Not every matter is a public matter. First off, it was a setup to begin with, because anytime that somebody was caught in adultery, yes, the punishment was to be stoned, but the man and the woman both have to be present in order to be convicted. You missed it. Both parties have to be present. So that means that in the text, the man got in and then the man got out. Oh man, somebody's gonna shout off that alone. But the man was nowhere to be found after he got what he wanted. Oh man. But in the text, it says that she was there by herself, and the Pharisees and the scribes were people who knew the law. They were basically your modern day judge, your modern day lawyer. And the Pharisees was people who had religion, but they had no relationship. So bar number one is, not every matter is a public matter. I don't know if you all know what a class reunion is, but a class reunion used to be a big thing back in the day. That means after you graduate, you would go back for your 10-year reunion. Then after your 10-year reunion, you would go back for your 20th year reunion. But New York Times did a study, and they did an article that class reunions are drastically sinking fast. The numbers, nobody attends them anymore. And I was scratching my head and I said, well, why is that the case, New York Times? And the reason for that is that we live in a day and time where everything is public. We live in a day and time, thanks to social media and other outlets of social media networks, where they can tell you what they're doing. They ain't gotta wait 10 years to tell you. You can look and see that your friend had a hot dog for lunch and that they put mustard on it, or that they just had another baby and they're thinking about getting another baby. They got a new car, they got all this. Social media tells you everything. But look, I'm here to tell you right now, not every matter is a public matter. So here they are, they take the lady before Jesus, and it's a public thing, and they're basically piling on. And what I mean by that is that she had already been caught in the act. They could have left her behind the scenes, had a conversation with Jesus, and came back. But no, they wanted to publicly humiliate her. And that's what this world does nowadays. They want to pile on. When you've messed up, they don't say, okay, let's work it out. No, they want to pile on. Like, it's almost like looking at trash. You know, when the trash can gets too full, but people continue to put trash in it, that's called piling on, man. I don't know where you are right now in life, but they've been piling on top of you. You can't take it. You wondering why is this? Why are they trying to come after me? Why are they trying me? Okay. So look, bar number 2 is real easy. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Oh man, shout out to Ice Cube. That's one of his famous lines from one of his songs, and he would say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So in the text, Jesus tells them, look, hey, look, y'all want to stone her? That's cool. I ain't doing no tripping if that's what you want to do. I'm paraphrasing. But if y'all want to do that, the only prerequisite for doing that, the only condition for doing that is that you have to have no sin. So they said they're like, yeah, about that. I got some sin. So in the text, it says that they walked away one by one. It says that they went away one by one. So bar number 2 is check yourself before you wreck yourself, man. Galatians 6:1, it says that when somebody messes up, when somebody is caught in the act of adultery or any type of sin, it says, let those of you who are spiritual restore them. Man, you missed it. Let those of you who are spiritual restore them, so that way when you restore them, you also need to pray for yourself, so that way you're not caught up in the act as well. So in this particular text, they're looking, but they not looking at themselves. They're looking at what the woman did. And grandmama used to always say, you need to sweep around your front porch first, then go sweep somebody else's porch. So they need, in the text, they needed to check themselves before they wreck themselves. So here it is, Jesus, they're coming to him, and he tells them, look, hey, look, I ain't here for all that. If y'all trying to stone her, cool. Whoever ain't got no sin, y'all go ahead and go first. So they all walk off one by one. In the text, it says they slipped away. In some translations, they slipped away one by one. And the reason why they slipped away, the fact that they slipped away was because it speaks to their sneaky nature. It speaks to them being conniving and deceitful to begin with, because look, they had set this woman up and they were trying to set Jesus up, but they tried it, but it did not work. So bar number 3 is don't clap back when silence will do. Don't clap back when silence will do. Man, look, we live in the clap back era. We live in the era where if you say something to somebody, if they say something to you, you got to say something back. You got to have the last word. You don't care. You'll go ham. You'll tell them how you feel. Look, don't clap back when silence will do. It says in the text, they slipped away. They snuck off. So what that means is that when people do you dirty and they try to do you, don't expect an apology. Oh my goodness. Don't expect them to come back and say, my bad, I was wrong. Don't expect them to say, man, I shouldn't have attacked your character like that. And let me tell you, when people attack your character, that's the last line of hating. So here it is. They brought this woman publicly so that they could humiliate her and embarrass her. But look, don't clap back when silence will do, man. I'm reminded of a time in my life where an organization tried to do me. They lied about me. They tried to attack my character. They made false accusations. It was a church that I was working at, and it was such a big deal that students had protested. It was such a big deal that parents had protested. They wrote letters, they wrote emails, and it was just a major big deal. And mind you, nothing that they said about me was true, but the senior pastor found it that he needed to go public and basically attack my character. Basically, all these things was lies, okay? It was a lie. And so look, check it out. It was such a big deal that different media, news channels, news stations were calling me and say, hey, we heard about what's going on. Can we get a story? They said, hey, we heard about what's going on at the church that you was working at and how they did you. Can we get a story? So I told him, I said, nah, man, I'm good. I said, no, thank you. No need for the story, man. I'm good. And they was like, wow, why no story? And the reason why for no story is that you don't have to clap back when silence do. Psalms 43 says, vindicate me, oh God. Okay, God is going to clear your name, man. The Bible says what they intended for evil, God meant for good. In the Bible, it says that God, he tells us that he will make your enemies your footstool. So what am I saying? You're going to find rest during your mess. Oh, man. It says he'll make your enemies your footstool. You ain't got to clap back. I don't know where you are, but you've been thinking about clapping back. Or you've been thinking about taking to social media. You've been thinking about telling him or her about themselves. But look, you ain't got to clap back when silence will do. Let God do it, all right? So everybody walks off, and here it is. Jesus asked the woman, hey, where those people at? Do you see anybody? I'm paraphrasing. She was like, no, sir. He says, cool, well, I don't condemn you or convict you either, so go about your business and sin no more. Oh my goodness, man. Bar number 4 is Jesus walks in when everybody else walks out. Oh man, you need to hear that today. Jesus walks in when everybody else walks out. Here it is. Everybody had tried to set her up. They have turned their back on her, and it's just her and Jesus. She out there, her hair not done, her nails not done. She done met Jesus in the worst possible condition, but yet and still, he still treats her like she's somebody. I don't know where you are, but they've been treating you like a nobody. They've been trying you every chance that they get. But I'm here to tell you that Jesus is going to walk in when everybody else walks out. A matter of fact, I heard a friend of mine say that a friend is somebody who can inconvenience you for their convenience, and it's not an inconvenience. I'll run it back. They can inconvenience you for their convenience, and it's not an inconvenience. Jesus is right there as her friend. From the text, it says that he'll stick closer than any brother. All right, so Jesus is right there waiting to be with you. I don't know where you are, but you are by yourself. They've turned their back on you, and it's just you and Jesus. But that's okay, because you and Jesus, that's the majority, all right? So look, we're about to get up out this thing, man. I know they trying you. I know they testing you. And the gold bar for today is real easy. The great poet 50 Cent said it just like this: you shouldn't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Come on. The gold bar for today is you shouldn't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Man, look, basically, you need to be mindful about yourself before you start judging others, okay? So look, man, have a great week. If this video was cool, man, give this video a thumbs up, man. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your roommates, man. Look, it's cool. Be true to God and be true to yourself, man. I'm out.